Hey, I'm Jordan McPhail, Deputy Mayor to the town of La Ronge. I'm 24 years old, and I was born and raised here in La Ronge, Saskatchewan, a small community in the northern half of the province, about 2,700 people here. And I wanted to share a story with you, a little bit about my personal struggles. Since about the time I was about 22, I started to notice a little friend that always hung out on my shoulder, and I like to call that friend anxiety. For myself, it was always between mild and moderate. I never considered myself someone that suffered from crippling anxiety. And something that I learned was looking at a picture, and as people say, a picture is worth 1,000 words. And I've always said 1,000 words can change a picture. And when I started to realize that friend on my shoulder named anxiety, I started to look at other people around me, and I noticed that they too could have had the same problem. They too could have had the same mental illness. And I realized that I didn't notice it. And that was something that I wanted to also feel, is when people would look at me and would notice it. And then I realized something, that people didn't notice it in me. And I started to talk to people about it. And the more I talked about it, and the more I listened to people's stories, I learned that they were struggling just as much as I was, but it just didn't show. But you needed to be able to share your story. And that's why I say that 1,000 words can change the picture. By sharing your story, you're telling somebody the struggles that you've been through and the way you've got through, which gives them a tool so that when they're ready to take on the challenge of anxiety and learn how to manage it, they too will have that tool that you used and create some of their own. And when they create their own, they will also be able to pass that on to somebody else. So if you can take one thing from my message today, and just one, and it'll be this, is that you've heard my story. Now tell your story to somebody else. Thank you.